For many business owners, launching a new website is an incredibly exciting milestone, but what we find here at Wakeford Digital is that people can easily overlook that this is just the first step in your online journey. In this video, we'll explore the essential steps to ensure that your website not only survives, but thrives online. So here's our top tips to follow after launching your new website. First things first, when it comes to the next steps after launching your website, is to test absolutely everything. And this includes making sure that all the links are working correctly, that your form submissions are going to the right place, making sure that images are displayed correctly, and probably a really important one is making sure that the website displays correctly on all devices, so on mobile, on tablet, as well as on big screen as well. What we're looking for here is a smooth user experience because it's important. So even a small glitch, whilst people will have a bit of empathy that your website is new, a small glitch can easily turn visitors away. So do that testing and make sure that everything's in place. So over here, we've got the Retreats Tasmania website. This is not a new one, but if it was, for example, the first thing that I'm going to do is skim through and make sure that, does this button here go to the services page? Does this one go to the Inquire Now page? Do all the images come across clear and look good? And making sure that, all of these buttons work and that the images look good and that, all of these sort of areas are displayed correctly as well. In terms of the form, we can obviously go to either the Inquire Now form or the contact form, and we're going to just do a dummy submit to this and make sure that that obviously works correctly as well. So that's the first step. But another little tip that I'd often advocate for here is get your close family, friends and colleagues to test it as well. They're going to have different devices to what you've got, and they're going to have a different experience and a different perspective. They haven't slept, lived the website like you probably have over the last month or so. So getting that wider perspective will really help, and they can give you some feedback along the way as well. The next step that you're going to want to do is set up your analytics. So this is utilizing tools like Google Analytics or Humblytics, as well as your Google Search Console as well. So these sorts of tools provide really valuable information into how visitors interact with your site, and in particular by setting these up early, essentially as soon as you've launched, can really help give you some insight and some data to make informed decisions that can continually improve your website's performance. At Wakeford Digital, we always aim to have the website in the best position possible, obviously as it launches, but I think it's naive to say that websites shouldn't be tweaked as they go on. You might find that one button gets clicked exponentially more than others, or that people head to a certain page more than another one. So therefore, tweaking those sorts of things, so that might be updating that inquiry button to a specific service or something like that. That's where this data and this analytical information can really, really help. So getting that set up early is really important. The second part, particularly with regards to Search Console, it gives some more stripped back information. And it can also be a really great way to submit your sitemap. So when the website is ready to go live and is live, then you can submit your sitemap to places like Google, and that will help index and essentially get your website on search engines much, much faster. Again, Google Search Console gives some really top level information here as well. So you can easily click and view the search results, and it will tell you what queries your website's getting found for. So for example, here we've got the Trout Tales Tasmania website up. Really pleasing, obviously, that Trout Fishing Tasmania and Trout Season Tasmania drives a lot of clicks to the website. So it gives you this sort of information, as well as what pages are people actually clicking on, whether it's the home page, a certain blog post, and you can sort of see exactly where that traffic is coming from, as well as countries, devices and things like that. Something that we feel people overlook quite a fair bit when they've launched their website is actually sharing their website or promoting it. I know quite often we'll do that initial post on either the business or your personal Facebook and say, hey, look, we've just launched our new website, check it out. And that's fantastic. That's what you want to do. Ultimately, it's your colleagues, your family and friends, those people that you're connected with on platforms like Facebook, who are most likely going to resonate with your content and follow along as well. And so obviously the more likes and clicks and engagement that you get, it's going to help get that website and your content out further. So we definitely advocate for sharing your website via social media posts, maybe sending an email out, or even doing a social media advert campaign. That way that also can get it out in front of new and fresh eyes as well. Probably just doubling down on this as well is that don't just share the homepage. That's a really great introductory post, but again, another thing that we feel like a lot of businesses overlook, and something that we do when we manage social media for clients is actually sharing, say, individual areas of a website, whether that's a blog post or the about page or an FAQ page or the resources or your latest project. Websites are often overlooked as that absolute hive of social media posts, and I know there is the rule that you don't want to be sell, but particularly with things like blog posts, they're really valuable resources that people who obviously follow you are part of your community and they're going to want to read as well. So I think a really important thing is get your website out there, because the more you promote, the more visitors you'll attract, but also think outside the box in terms of don't just promote the homepage. So the last tip that we've got in terms of what to do after you've launched a new website is monitor the performance and adjust. And I know we spoke about this in analytics, but over time you'll obviously learn what content resonates really well, whereabouts people actually want to navigate and head once they've reached your website. So keeping an eye on your site's performance and also having a willingness to make adjustments, whether that's you doing it yourself or getting back in touch with your website designer or digital marketer to say, hey, look, we've got this sort of feedback that we've received, can we tweak this? So reviewing your analytics allows you to identify what's working and what needs improvement as well, because ultimately, again, we think a lot of people can fall into that trap of just a website being set and forget. They get back into their business or they go and focus on something else, whereas we strongly view the website as the hub for all digital activity. So if it's a social media post, highly likely that someone's going to click through and then view the website as a part of that. Or if they're your ideal customer, they're going to peruse through your website, through those latest projects, through your testimonials and those sorts of things as well. So being able to tweak content is really important, but also in terms of optimizing the website. So whether that's for search, so as you sort of saw before, we explored some of that search data, but also in terms of improving page load times, you might have added some new content on there, some new blog posts, and those images aren't actually optimized. So by tweaking that content, it means your website's going to load faster. Or as we mentioned, SEO, implementing those keywords or using the data, we can see that, hey, a lot of people are searching for trout fishing near Launceston, therefore we're actually going to revamp that article, create a specific page to that article, or create some surrounding content around that article. So by following these sort of steps that we've listed, you'll set your website up for long-term success. And again, having that willingness to use the data and adapt and actually get it out there in front of people is going to hold any business owner in good stead, not just immediately, but for the future as well. So I think another point just to finish up on is that the digital landscape is continually evolving. There's new tools and techniques coming out continually. So staying proactive and continually improving or refining that strategy is important. Goes without saying, we absolutely love working with small and local businesses with regards to their digital marketing and online strategies. So if your website isn't quite performing how you want it, or you've been wondering more about one of the points that we've brought up and how you can actually implement that, feel free to reach out to us here at Wakeford Digital. We love having a chat and always happy to help. You can also view our blog posts. We had one up before for more tips and insights to help your business grow online. But thanks for watching, and we look forward to bringing you some more video content soon.